So guys, there comes a time in your agency life where you just don't have the time to run the whole entire business yourself, or you just start to realize that you're an actual business owner and you should have other people doing this. So there comes a time where you need to either eliminate, delegate, or automate your tasks. And in this video, what I want to do is break down exactly how to automate your agency and have it just running super smooth for you. So let's jump into this. So guys, welcome back to the channel. Montav Gordon here. Hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe. That being said, if you're new around here, please drop a like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn on the little notification bell, and also drop a comment on anything. So guys, look, that all helps me with the algorithm, and I want to jump straight into this video. So guys, look, there comes a time in your agency where it's just taking up way too much of your time, or you just realize that you're literally bending over backwards, busting your ass, trying to service clients, trying to get more clients, and trying to do all this business from A to Z all by yourself, basically. So look, what you guys need to understand is that building an agency, building an SMMA, it's so weird because we call it, I feel like there's like this weird industry on YouTube and around like social media and stuff like that with us quote unquote gurus and calling it like SMMA. The word SMMA itself just makes it feel like it's not a real business. It's just like an online thing. But guys, look, this shit is actually a real business. Building a marketing agency or advertising agency is an actual fucking business, guys. And what I mean by that, guys, and the reason why I'm saying that is not just because it sounds cool, but look, if you take a look at any other business, for example, car dealership. If you look at a car dealership, if you take a look at a friggin' restaurant, for example, they all have staff working at the business because the business owner knows he cannot possibly, for example, in a restaurant, be the chef of the restaurant. He can't then run the day-to-day business of the restaurant. He can't then bus tables or wait tables or whatever you want to call it. And he can't also serve customers and stuff like that. There's just no way you can possibly do that. And it's the same with the agency stuff. Now, I know a lot of us try to go out there and start agencies from completely broke, so we can't really afford to hire people, which by the way is actually possible. I actually started my agency with negative £132 and 71 pence or something like that. I almost got it. I think I still remember it down to the exact penny in my Barclays student overdraft thing. So yes, you can start an agency with like no money. I actually had negative, literally negative money. That shouldn't even make sense, but I still was able to create a somewhat successful agency. I mean, I'm not where I want to be. I've got such a long way to go. Let me break down exactly to you guys how I've been able to kind of automate my agency, because recently I've taken on a couple of hires. So guys, look, when I say I've hired people, all I mean is I'm just working with contractors that I found off of Upwork. Now, before you turn this video off, literally think about SMMA, right? There's only a few parts to SMMA. So there's like the lead sourcing stuff, then there's the lead sourcing, which is obviously just finding leads. Then there's prospecting stuff. Now that you've found leads, obviously you need to make sure they're obviously qualified. So those two kind of go hand in hand, because you're not gonna go and find leads and then put them in like your Pipedrive or your CRM system or like your Google Sheets if they're not a good fit. So those two kind of go in hand in hand. Then you have to reach out to these clients. So there's outreach. Then once you reach out to these clients, there's obviously the sales stuff. And then once you close the client, you need to then build them, onboard them, deliver the services. So realistically, and then there's communication, of course, communication and stuff like that. So there's realistically only around 7-ish or 8-ish, should I say 8 parts to SMMA. So let's talk about how you can actually automate each and every one of these. So, and how I've kind of done it. Now, before I even get into this, guys, look, I'm not saying that I have the smoothest running agency out there possible. I haven't got to that level yet, and I'm just being super transparent with you guys at all times. And what I mean by that, guys, is there's people out there that will claim they have an agency, but realistically they're just a fucking freelancer. And what I mean by that is they're literally doing the outreach themselves, doing the sales themselves, onboarding the clients like manually, and then delivering the services, and that's leaving them with no time to do outreach. So now they're just kind of stuck at that like 1k a month mark, 1k 2k a month mark, because they've got like 1 to 2 clients and now all their time's taken up. That's not a business, by the way. That you might as well just go out and have another fucking 9-to-5 job. You might as well just go and literally get hired by a company and just work for that company. So those are freelancers. Let's talk about like small business owners, and then there's kind of like levels to this shit, if you will. There's levels to this shit, as the saying goes. There's like freelancer, then there's business owner, and then there's CEO. CEO is where you definitely want to be. CEO is the type of dude that can leave his whole entire business, not say a single word, fly out to Bali, meditate on a rock for like 30 days straight and shit like that, come back and his business will just be running as smoothly as it was before he left. That's what you call CEO level. Now, I feel like that's the stage where we all want to be as a business owner and as an an entrepreneur. We are all trying to get to that. I feel like that's the pinnacle of entrepreneurship, because at that point, it's then you can start jumping into other ventures and maybe going into the property market or whatever you want to do, basically start up some other businesses. Let me tell you where I'm kind of like, I'm still way at the beginning. I'm still way over here, but I've still got things running quite smoothly right now. And it's all thanks to Upwork. If I'm being honest with you guys, look, these gurus will tell you to just go start sending out cold emails, which by the way, I literally just had a student set his, I don't know if I've mentioned this already on the channel. I think I might have just put it on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me on Instagram, by the way. I literally just had a student literally send his first 18 cold emails through the strategy that I've teaching him in the 4-week program, the one-on-one program with me. And he literally sent 18 emails. Well, he sent 20, 2 of them bounced. So technically it was 18 emails he sent. The guy got a 90 something plus open rate, and he got 1 meeting set from that. So yes, you can just go out and just start blasting emails. However, what's going to happen is, and again, this is one of those things you're going to take my words out of context. Don't do this. I'm just stop what you're doing right now. So I can see you opening that fucking tab to go scrape some leads and just blasting them, and you're just going to kill your email, and then you're going to be like, Montel, I did that email shit and it didn't work. Yeah, trust me, I know what you're going to do. You're going to get giddy, but yes, there is a chance that you can go out there and actually start setting meetings with emails. So that is possible. However, what the gurus don't tell you is that to get to a level where you know how to set meetings consistently using cold email and stuff like that, you literally have to go through iteration after iteration after iteration after iteration. It takes a long time to actually master cold email. Now, like I said, there are people out there that will be able to kind of come in and just master cold email straight away, but it's like anything in life, like driving a car. You're not gonna, as soon as you jump in a car, you're not gonna be able to drive. You're gonna like fuck up the gears and the clutch, all that sort of shit. You're gonna fuck it up basically. You're gonna burn out your domains, all that sort of stuff. So I wouldn't recommend, just jumping straight into cold emails. What I do recommend is just literally starting on Upwork, get yourself to that 3, 4, 5K per month mark, something like that, and then using that money to then invest into automation, which leads me on to the next point, which is, and by the way, this is literally what I did, guys, because as you see, like if you go back on my channel and whatnot, you'll see me talking about 2 years ago, some shit like that, how badly I was struggling to get clients. I then started using Upwork, took that super seriously, doing like what you call a 90-day challenge, where you sit down and think of a number that you want to hit, as in like, I want to complete 10 pieces of outreach today on Upwork, and then you just do that, and you do that for 90 days straight, and you don't miss a single day. That's where I really seen my success. Then what I've done is built that up. Now I have the money to go and hire people to do certain things for me. For example, I've got a video editor here editing my videos. Shout out to you. Then I also have a lead sourcer, finds me my leads and prospects them and verifies the emails for me. Then I also have a first line writer, also have media buyers as in plural, because I have some on like kind of like in my Rolodex, if you will. Then I have 2 social media managers right now as well. One of them's like, I wouldn't say full time, but he's like more like in the business, if you will. And then there's another one that I use basically whenever my main social media manager gets sick. So let's talk about how you would automate this. So again, there's kind of like 8 points. So the first bit is like lead sourcing, prospecting. Now for me, if you look back at my channel again, you'll hear me mention that I've always wanted to jump into the e-commerce niche, as in, go and reach out and grab some e-commerce clients. The only thing that was stopping me from doing that is I know that they're probably those sorts of entrepreneurs. When you talk to them, they're very number orientated. So if you can't speak numbers with those guys, they're probably just gonna laugh you out the meeting, to be honest with you. Making sure you know your numbers and stuff like that, and being able to deliver the service is going to be of great importance, which is why I went out and got a media buyer. So what I'm trying to say here, guys, is the first 2 bits, so the lead sourcing and prospecting for the e-commerce niche, takes so fucking long that it's like a 9-to-5 job in itself. And this is something that no other guru will tell you. I kid you not. I will challenge you. In fact, if you think I'm trying shit, go and by the way, don't use any automation or like scraping software here. Go to Google and try find me, or even yourself. Go and find yourself 50 leads, 50 qualified e-commerce leads. Find the business owners' names, their emails, all that stuff, and put them in an Excel sheet. Just time how long that actually takes, and then come back to this video and leave a comment as to how long it actually took you. Again, without going and using like myip.ms or built with or some shit like that and just buying them. I'm talking about actually go and manually do it. I'm telling you, it will take you so long. So the way how I solved this was I got a lead sourcer, hired them from Upwork, and what they do is they go through my little checklist that I gave to like all my students. It's like a training, it's like a document, like a plug and play document. It's literally got step-by-step training in there that I've literally given to my lead sourcer. He goes through them. There's even like a decision tree on what makes an e-commerce business qualified or not. I show him exactly how to go and look at these businesses, what you should be looking for, what makes them qualified, how much traffic they should have, how much followers they should have, if they should be running ads or not, if they've got a pixel or not, all that sort of stuff. I gave him all the tools that I use as well. So I gave him that sheet, went through it, became a master at friggin' lead sourcing. And I kid you not, that PDF in itself, I would rather take that, and I'm not just being biased, I'd rather take that than most of these dudes freaking courses when it comes to lead sourcing. I've been through a bunch of these guys' courses. When it comes to the lead sourcing stuff, it's like they skip straight past it. They show you slightly, but they don't mention that, yo, this shit literally takes fucking hours to actually pull in qualified leads. So automated that by putting a human element in place. You can also go and buy leads and stuff like that using software like Built With and stuff like that. But you still have to kind of go through and prospect them. Obviously, you don't just want to scrape leads and then just email blast them. So that's how you would automate that. Then we have actually reaching out to clients. So we've got the outreach stuff. This can easily be automated by just hiring somebody to do your automation for you. Now, I had in one of my other videos, like I think I mentioned that I did actually hire a first line writer. So my emails are very, very personalized, which is what I highly recommend you guys do. So I have a first line writer to go through my Excel sheet and write and just go down the list and literally just write personalized first lines for each and every business. And they're very, very unique, very personalized. Then we have, I'm still on outreach. What they do is eventually here's what they're going to do. They're going to then take those first lines, download the sheet as a CSV, and then put it into what you call Lemlist. And then Lemlist has like automatic follow-ups. So Lemlist is a tool, automation tool. This, I know what you're going to do. You're going to skip straight past everything else I've just said, and you're going to go and scrape a bunch of leads, and you're just going to put them into automation software such as like Lemlist or Mailshake, and you're just going to blast emails. Don't do that. It doesn't work. So I have a personalized first line to write personalized first lines. Then I have Lemlist to actually remind myself, because I know it just takes ages, and there's no point like a bump message, for example, just saying stuff like, hey, making sure that this message didn't get buried. Like there's no reason for me to write that manually. Like a software can handle that for me, like 3 days later. So when you send your initial email, then there's another email if they've not replied back to the first email. This software basically does that for you. It basically sends emails when people haven't replied and stuff like that. And then when they do reply, it stops, and then obviously you can obviously take over the communication there. So then what we have next is sales. Sales I have not automated yet. I don't believe you should automate sales until you're like fucking making at least 40, 50, 60, maybe even 80k a friggin' month, and you're just super busy. Because what you should be doing right now is really just automating everything else and just be jumping on sales calls. Because that, if you think about it, that is literally where you make your money. That's the bread and butter. Like that is literally where you make your money, on sales calls. So all you should be doing is doing nothing else except for sales calls. That should be your job right now if you want to be a proper like agency owner. And then obviously the level after that is being a CEO, where everything is just automated. You've got project managers, sales team, all that sort of stuff. You guys get the idea. So that's how I've gone about automating my like outreach. So it's a first line writer in combination with software. So the software is Lemlist. Awesome tool. What do we have after sales? After sales is taking payments. Obviously we can use stuff like simple invoices to automatically invoice people. So that's automated. And then what you can do is build a onboarding process, which is a fully automated onboarding process, which is like a funnel. It's got like several steps in there, and the steps are in sequential order of what they can expect from this onboarding. The second step is like what they can expect from your actual social growth program, or your social media management program, or your paid traffic ad program, is the names we call it here at my agency. So that would be how you automate your onboarding. It would be a link. They get this link basically via email. I'm talking about the clients here. Your client that you just signed will then get a link. They click that link, they go through the videos in order, and these videos basically show them how to get onboarded, and which is just super automated. Then what we have is, once a client's onboarded, all we have to do is now obviously deliver the service. I say all we have to do, which is probably the hardest part to freaking automate, guys, because obviously if you fuck up the service delivery, then you pretty much, for example, this saying is always been like one of my favorite sayings when I came across it. Your business is only as good as the people in it. And that's the sort of mindset you need to go in on this with. And that's the sort of mindset you need with this sort of shit, guys. So you want to make sure that you have A-star like media buyers, A-star friggin' social media managers, so that you don't have to deliver the service yourself. Then we have like communication. So again, automating that is quite difficult. You have to go through a lot of stuff. There's ways to speed it up and even automate the hiring process, such as you for example, post jobs on Upwork looking for media buyers and stuff like that. And then what you can do is build like surveys on like Google Forms, and you can also go to Typeform or even Survey Sparrow. I think Survey Sparrow is actually free. And what you can do is create a questionnaire literally of all the questions you want to ask your media buyer or your social media manager before they even jump on a call, so you know you're not wasting time with people. You can ask them pre-qualifying questions, and obviously you can see their responses, and you can then deem who's a good fit and who's not. But when it comes to hiring people, you want to make sure that you have a lot of people going through your hiring process. So I actually built out a whole hiring process where they have to go through like a questionnaire and stuff like that, and then we jump on a call, and then I kind of eliminated a couple of people, and then I ended up hiring my media buyer that I have now. So that's how I went about doing that, and that is where the service delivery stuff comes in, and that's how you automate. That's a human element. So as you can see, there's a lot of like human elements, and there's also software that you would actually just combine, and that's how you would automate your agency. Then we have the communication. Communication is just obviously making sure the client's happy, answering any questions that they have. And I genuinely believe that your media buyer and your social media manager should be answering the questions anyway. The reason being is because they are the people that are going to be running the day-to-day CEO of the business. You are now supposed to be the overall, like, overarching eye, if you will, the person that oversees the business and doesn't get into like the nitty gritty details. You should definitely be, by the way, looking at the like day-to-day stuff, especially if you're doing like paid traffic advertising for e-commerce business. You definitely want to be kept in the loop with that. But like when it comes to a question, why not let the specialists handle those sorts of questions? That's what I believe you should definitely be doing. And then, oh shit, I forgot about reporting as well. Reporting, what you can do for reporting is literally just put in your onboarding process. Within your onboarding, like reporting is handled weekly, either via call or via a Loom video. So if you want to get this even more automated, what you can do is have your media buyer or even your social media manager create a Loom video and actually send that over to your clients each and every week, or just even little daily updates. For example, even just at the end of the day, this is what we made, this is what we spent, this is what we made, this is the content we posted out today, these are the new lights we got. Just little stuff like that keeps your client super happy. But that, guys, is how you automate your freaking agency. It's not actually that difficult to find these people, by the way, guys. And I know that like some people argue like, why would a media buyer want to work with me if I'm just getting started? And that guys, is like the equivalent of saying, why don't the people at Apple who are actually creating the mobile phones, why don't the people who created Amazon's, you know, friggin' website and the software engineers, why don't they, if they're so good, go and create a whole Amazon? See, there's way more pieces to the puzzle. Why don't top chefs at restaurants who don't own their own restaurant, why don't they start their own restaurants? It's literally the same shit, guys, just because there's so many different facets to a business than just the service delivery. And not only that, but some guys literally just like to geek out on numbers and they don't like the sales stuff, and they just want to be that guy behind a cute computer making money and running ads. That's literally what some people want to do. But anyway, guys, that's how you go about automating your agency. Again, like I said, I don't have my operations down, not even nearly as smoothly as I want to, but I'm listening to like the top dogs in the industry. Not only that, but I've got some experience under my belt now in automating certain things, hiring certain people, putting certain systems in place. But that's how you would systemize and automate your agency. If any of you guys need any help with any sort of SMMA related stuff, just literally send me a DM on Instagram or even book in a call with me below. It's completely free, by the way. No, it's not a sleazy ass friggin' salesy BS like guru-y call where I'm gonna be just hard closing you. Literally just want to see if I can actually help you. We'll talk about what your goals are, how to get there, reverse engineer them. Not only that, but I'll actually be giving you shit of actual value and the next steps you should actually take in your specific scenario. So it's not like a friggin' sleazy ass sales call, and this is not one of those reverse psychology salesy bullshit tricks. As you can see, I'm a very laid back type of dude, guys. But yeah, with that being said, if you want to help, DM me or even book in a call. With that being said, see you guys in the next video. Peace.